So we're back to the park, and notice tonight is cars with lights on and no plates. So we have a car here, lights on, no plates. Car there behind him, lights on, no plate. The car with lights on, oops, with no plates. Or the car, people waiting with cars with lights on. And the twos, the pairs of twos, are a common tactic right there. Two random people, no plates. You've seen the no plates tactic showing that people are in fact worldwide taking off plates directed at me, and the police are telling them to have me killed. Once again, right there, cars, no plates in twos, and people waiting in cars with lights on, which I've done a lot of other videos. There's another car here. They look like they're just random bad drivers. Can't tell you. And looks like a third over here person, at least waiting in the car with the lights on for me. Does he have plates? Who knows? No, they're just parking. Okay. He's just a normal parker. So two cars, no plates. But still, showing the mass worldwide conspiracies to have me hunted and killed. And so we'll do a once around. I just did the shopping center. They're big on the yellow and black, yellow and blue cars, because at the Starbucks down at Van Nuys, they were pulling up that pattern. So looks like one of them left. And the second one is still here. But as you can see, especially with all the other videos, there's another no plater. So there's this guy. I don't think that's the same car, but there's a second no plater car, and I'm not sure if it's the same guy waiting with the lights on or not. But obviously, because they get these mass groups, you get the idea. Okay, so now I'm getting to my house, and they're amping up, as you see, the people waiting in cars with lights on. So now it appears that there's two cars waiting for me to come home with lights on. It's about 8 o'clock. It's not busy, heavy traffic hour. They are clearly waiting for me, just like the other two. The guy in the gray truck there, he kind of lives here and parks his car here every day. The other guy is clearly waiting for me. Notice the yellow truck back there that parks his car backwards, directed at me, trying to figure out ways to set me up for breaking and entering and weird things like this that they've been working on me for like 30 years from state to state, trying to get me to break in, make it look like I'm breaking into people's houses, or try to set me up or manipulate me. Why? I can't tell you. Like all the other things, it doesn't really make much sense. So two people waiting, cars, lights on, directed at me. Okay, so we're kind of doing another once around, and it looks like we have more people showing up, waiting in cars with lights on. I don't want to mix the people parking with the actual stalkers, but since there's so many, usually it's the stalkers, because there's a planet full of people told to have me killed by the government for some strange reason at 5 years old, and it doesn't make any sense. But that person is behind me now with the lights on, and I'm not necessarily saying that they're following me. There's another gray and black waiting at the light here, leaving the park. Looks like this might be another gray and black coming out of the house. Can't really tell. The lady behind me, I don't know where she went, so I don't know if I want to count her or not, but from the other videos, you see this is every night, so it doesn't even matter, right? But this guy here with the no plate, you'll notice it's been, what, 30 minutes? He's still waiting in his car with the lights on. Well, people don't usually do that, especially all working together. Let's see. So this car right here, no plates, and I'm not sure if this is the one with had the lights on earlier or not, but this one right here, obviously, it was working with him, no plates. We have another guy. Does he have plates or no plates? He has plates, but he's obviously sort of waiting there with the lights on. He's not even in the car, but the car is running. And that's a common tactic, to leave the car on or with the lights on with people waiting directed at me, right? We have two guys there, no plates. We'll just get a closer look at these people. Right there, two people waiting, no plates. And then this guy took the time to park the car. Oh, he's getting back in it. So he might have been running it. You know, I'll give him a fair shot, right? But the two platers up here, the two no platers with the lights on, that's obvious, right? Okay, so you can see this white pickup pulled up and he's waiting with his lights on. Right, that's one of the things. The other things is the guy that's getting into the car by the white car over there that's parked backwards honked his alarm button twice, which if you watch the other videos, you've seen it happen over and over all day and night directed at me as he got in. Okay, so now where the white pickup was waiting with his lights on, there's now another car that pulled up in the same spot, and he's waiting for a short while with his lights on. So the question you were probably asking would be, how would they know how to do that? Well, people are obviously using the internet to have mass groups do these coordinated things over and over. Okay, well, things have sort of mellowed out. Usually what happens is people pull up here and they show up and like waiting in cars watching me, or the cars parking backwards and things like that. Things have mellowed out. There's the gray and black and several red and blacks. We'll see. Things have mellowed out, but that doesn't really mean it ever stops, right? It might just be on a smaller number of people. Okay, so you notice he's still waiting there, and this gray Charger with no plates has showed up. It looks like he's circling a lot. I don't know what he's doing actually, but now he's just sort of pointed in my direction with the lights on. Okay, so this is the racist over here sweeping. She doesn't like my kind or Jews or whatever, and is involved with the black people following me to the park to egg me and threaten me from place to place, trying to keep me quiet about their mass 40-year crime spree.
Wait, one second. I admit I feel hurt by your words. If I wasn't coming up there because it's smoky, I'm coming up there because of right now. it that easy?
You'll also notice that the Mustang, who's sitting here now for like a long time, just pointing his lights towards me, is also a gray or Charger, is a gray Charger with black stripes. So gray and black once again. The gray Charger, black stripes. I think it's a Charger. He's now leaving, I think. He's over there. No plates. He's backing up. It looks like he's gonna park backwards now. Okay, so someone actually got out of the car and got in with him, but it's still strange the way that he was sitting there pointing my direction, right? So it was probably like a dual purpose type thing. Or maybe he just had his friend want to meet him down where I am to kind of make it look like, hey, I'm just meeting a friend, right? They do that to me a lot, especially by my house where I walk out. Okay, so I'm just headed home, but like, and remember, this is done everywhere worldwide, directed at me, but I just noticed, like in this parking lot right here, on the way home, there's two pickups together, right? Kind of showing that people, the same things I've shown on all my other videos. Well, these cars are sort of a little more spread and random, but yet we got three backwards togethers here showing they're not really pairing up like they normally do in other lots, but it is showing that a pattern of people intentionally parking backwards for other reasons, and they're sort of grouped together, which means they probably left them here overnight or several nights in hopes that I would see them. And trust me when I say that that has been done to me in mass insane groups from all sorts of parking lots around here, directed at me, where people actually left cars for weeks, months, and parked in certain ways, all directed at me. Okay, so remember yesterday at the park right here, there were two cars, two people waiting in cars with no plates. Tonight, I'm leaving Starbucks, I'm on my way home. There are two more cars waiting, lights on, as close to, fairly close to each other, but the nightly pairs type things. And I can't tell you if they have plates for this far, but I can tell you that they're obviously strategically doing what they do in mass groups all day and night, directed at me. So once again, just like last night, you're seeing people at the park or surrounding areas now waiting with their lights on for me to come home. Those two in pairs, just like last night. Here's the two white pickups together in pairs. There's a guy waiting for me here, lights on, and a guy, he may or may not be, but he might just be parking, I can't tell you. You've seen the park with the insane amounts of identical cars in pairs and twos, which have been going on for 17 years directed at me. So right now it looks like we have at least 3 people waiting for me with lights on, and 2 people in the same spots as yesterday. Where the 2 cars with lights on and both no plates were waiting for me. Okay, so let's see if they're still here and if they have plates. This guy looks like he might have been the first one. I don't think he has plates, but I can't really tell. Okay, we have a guy waiting for me. Is this the same guy? He has plates. That guy has plates, and the other guy that bolted the other way, I couldn't tell if he had plates or not. Kind of looked like he didn't, but he was pretty far away. But still, the cars and twos with no lights on, right? The pairs with no lights on. Now here's the third guy waiting. He's not parking, he's not getting out, he's waiting with his lights on, which is a strange behavior, but it wouldn't be a big deal if it was a random guy. But because they do them in groups, just waiting with his lights on in the car. Now remember, they used to have like huge groups. Like there used to be like 20, like who knows, I'd go to the park, sit on the bench for 10 minutes, and maybe 10 cars show up doing that directed at me, right? Every single time for years. Down here, the other day I had on video a guy waiting over there with the lights on. He's not there today. And I think I had one waiting there, but I don't know what I did with that video, but it was in the same time frame, so to speak. Now we have this Hummer here. He got mad because I pulled around the cul-de-sac, and I started waiting here, and he didn't like that, and he pulled behind me for like a couple minutes till this guy walked out, and then left, right? But why didn't he pull up? I mean, he didn't have a reason other than, I don't want you waiting here, right? And I don't want you waiting there, and I don't want you doing this, and I don't want you doing that. And so his reasoning just now that you saw, which doesn't really look like anything by itself, is a thugging tactic that you just saw. And I don't know if I'm gonna have the energy to get the video off the back rear camera or not, but you can see what's going on. And once again, I don't know that guy, right? So he's pulling behind me. He's going, how dare you pull to the side of the road or whatever, right? Because you're by the Met Complex or whatever. Well, the Met Complex surrounds my place. And it doesn't matter if I'm by the Met Complex, picking someone up in the Met Complex, whatever. It shouldn't matter. I shouldn't have people following me around trying to thug and intimidate me for the crime of finding out that they're hunting me down for 40 years. Okay, I'm getting home, looking for a spot. We have two PJ, whatever the hell, PT Cruisers, right, together, right? Oh, and a gray and black one, right? So remember, the gray and black pickups, the gray and black clothing, a gray and black PT Cruiser, right? right? So you can see how they're working on the gray and black tactics now. Okay, so now it appears there's a higher rate of people waiting around my house with lights on. This guy, the same gray and black Charger from Starbucks, it appears, I think he had the black stripe, was waiting for me, right? So that guy, I think, was the Charger who followed me to the Starbucks and did that thing where, you know, I'm gonna pick up my friend while watching you. Just happened to be kind of waiting right now for me with his lights on. It was a black guy too, earlier, that is most likely associated with the black racist, reverse racist, whatever you call it, it's the same damn thing, employee, stalking me, right? But when they're stalking me with worldwide groups. Okay, so there he is again. I'm just gonna wait here and see what he does. Okay, he's turning around. Okay, so that guy followed me to Starbucks. I mean, tons of people follow me from place to place for 40 years, but as you can see, the guy that followed me from Starbucks, which I'm not 100%, is the same car. I'd have to look and see if it didn't have the plates. Seemed to be waiting for me to come home, right? Okay, so here it looks like we kind of have close together a gray and black pickup as well at this Ralph's. We have this gray pickup waiting with his lights on, and then remember, we're at a different Ralph's. This is a completely different Ralph's, and then he's close by to this black pickup. It's not next to him like the other one, but it's a gray and black pickup kind of close together at a different Ralph's. And once again, I'm just driving around Woodland Hills. I'm not, these are different places, different locations. The first Ralph's was more in like Canoga Park area, right? But you can see how all these people are getting together in mass groups, directed to try to create mental illness and have me killed, right? And so you get the idea, right? They're going. They're going to each and every location that I could possibly show up at. Okay, other cars, we have a gray Mercedes, someone's waiting, and a black, actually it looks like it might be a Lyft, but trust me, there's plenty of Lyft drivers that have taken part. I can't tell, but waiting backwards with the lights on, right? And so, you know, as you can see, no, it's like I don't know what it is. Has a little light sign in the corner or something, but I don't know what it is. We got another guy here waiting, lights on. Black pickup backwards by the Starbucks over here. Black BMW. Just so you understand, this black, like, look how hard it would be to park in that spot, right? You have this lady here waiting backwards at Starbucks. You have this black car backwards, but look how hard it would be to park backwards in these spots right here. That's something that most people don't really think about. because they don't care, because it's not directed at them. But think about the energy it takes to park, right? To get this car in this spot right here backwards, right? Think about that energy. So why is the guy exerting so much energy to get this car parked like this, right? And it just happens to be by this lady in this white car doing the same thing, right? As close as possible, right? So these are serious questions for someone that actually doesn't know what's going on, that needs to be asked. You know, why are they exerting that much energy to get those cars backwards? Well, it's all directed at me with their angry rage that I found out that they launched a worldwide murder operation to have me killed. And that's why they're angry. How do you explain that? I can't tell you, right? It's not really explainable other than worldwide murder operation since 5 years old, and you don't talk or we kill you, right? So now these cars might or might not be waiting together with their lights on, but obviously these two cars backwards are clearly directed at me, and police set up operations with these mass groups to try to set me up and remove me from society for the crime. Well, there's no crime. For the crime of finding out at 29, right? That's why they're doing it. Okay, so I'm back by the park, going back to my house after leaving the supermarket. This car that was here an hour ago, the guy waiting with his lights on an hour ago for me, still appears to be here, waiting in his car. Now, if he's just waiting on the side of the road, why are his lights on, right? That's the question you need to ask. Sure, it's possible. There could be a reason. But when they do it in these mass groups, it's obviously directed at someone. And it appears down on Owen's Mouth, where I'm looking for a spot by my house, there's another guy waiting with his lights on, right? Right, and now there's a guy waiting here, right? So there's a guy waiting here, right? Remember, I was about an hour ago, I was videoing that way saying there's not a guy there, but now there's a guy there, right? So we have a guy here waiting for me with his lights on. Another one. You saw the gray and black. This is a gray and black. No, another car with no plates. The other one was a gray and black. What was it? I can't remember. It was a Charger. And this is a gray with no plates. And this is a gray and black Mercedes or something, no plates. Right? He just put on his reverse lights, and so right, and he's just waiting there, right? So now let's go look at this guy down here, right? Because remember, I pointed out an hour ago that there's no guy there. There was the other day, but just to show you that I'm pretty much pointing out what's going on before it happens, based on patterns of terror tactics like network terror cells. 40 years of network terror cells directed at me to have me killed. by the United States government. So it looks like we're parking on Owens Mouth, and we'll just do one little U-turn left and park right here, I guess. Oh wait, look. It looks like there's a car there. So this guy looks like he moved to the other entrance. The guy in the Mercedes, right? I can't tell, but he moved from one entrance to the next, waiting. And he looks like he's talking to some people, so he obviously is meeting some people. You know, is that a coincidence? It's like the other thing, right? Like the Charger that met with a guy at the place where I'm at, that came back to this location when I came home, and this guy most likely lives in the Met, and is talking to his friends at the same time, because now he's going in, right? Why is he going in? Why was he waiting on the side of the road and now going in? Right? Although the people in the black truck here are leaving at the same time that he was laughing with, but you know they sort of coordinated things to where I was, right?